Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm going to be completing a few chores around the cabin, hunting some wildlife with my camera, and heading out for an amazing boil up with a prepared special meal over the fire. Stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching. All right, well, the first thing I wanted to do on this trip is to actually deal with some of the stuff that happened on my last excursion out here. If anybody watched the last video, you know it was a fairly expensive trip, or I thought it was going to be an expensive trip. But you know what? Things actually worked out. The drone, it turned out that it wasn't my mistake. Fortunately for me, they were very cooperative. They took the drone back, they did some diagnostics and realized that it was their error and sent me a brand new one. So my drone is with me. I have a new drone and everything's good. If you remember too, and you might want to check it out right here, I damn near lost my, my brand new ice auger, and it was my own error. I didn't have a proper fitting on there to stop it from going down the ice, and I put a stick in there and it ended up popping out. So what I ended up doing is I actually went to the store and picked up a bolt, 3/8 bolt, and some washers. So hopefully this will, it's too big. It's still too big to go in there. I was hoping to be able to insert this. This is a 3/8, I think, but it's still too big. Well, plan A didn't work. The bolt was too big. I had actually bought another one. It was too big. So I'm going to go a little bit fancier. I'm actually going to take a thin piece of 3/8 plywood and make a circle a little bit bigger than this hole and affix that to the auger, and I think that'll prevent it from falling through the ice. So let's see how this goes. I think we have fixed it. I might put some washers on here to keep it stable, but it doesn't really need to be. It won't break off, and it'll stop it from going down. Perfect. That'll work. Task 1 completed. It ain't pretty. If you have suggestions, leave them in the comments. I'd be more than curious as to a better way of doing this, but I think that'll do the trick. All right, next on the agenda, I got to deal with some deadfalls. Standing deadfalls on my property that have been there forever, and I need to get rid of them. So I'm going to chop those up, use them for the fire pit or the stove, and split them up and get them ready for burning. Uh-oh. Battery's dead. All right, I got cables. So these are the two, one, two, there's a couple up there. They're going to be tough to get to. So I'm just going to get rid of these two for now, chop them up, load up some of the stuff I already have, and then, yeah, that'll be it. Perfect. Right where I wanted it. All right, well, nice pile of wood there. Decided I'm going to split that up next time I'm here because I wanted to clean out the shed. I don't know if it's going to be too dark in here to see. So I tidied up my wood shed, got everything organized and cleaned. Well, while I'm over on this end, I guess I'll actually give you a little tour of my man cave. I put this together, I gutted out an old shed and built this. You can probably notice the pretty significant Harley Davidson theme. Everything you see I did myself, with the exception of that. And that's the main cabin. A little stream glowing through. And the pond is right over there. So as I said, I have been blessed, there's no question. Pretty happy with the setup. My local sea monster. Sorry for the shaky camera. Seven or 8 degrees. Birds are coming to life. You know how you catch a unique bunny? Unique upon them. You know how you catch a tame bunny? Tame way, unique upon them. Well, I got most of the work done around the house. I fixed up my ice auger, I got my wood cut, shed cleaned up, and I even did a little honey-do list item for my wife who wanted me to put together a couple of chairs. So now it's time to head out in the bush and have a boil up, my favorite part of coming out here. I don't know why people feel the need to leave beer bottles and stuff at these locations. Kind of ruins it for everybody else. It takes 2 seconds to carry out what you brought in. And yeah, so if you're watching this and you're one of those guys that likes to leave beer bottles and beer cans around, stop. I'll take those before I leave. There is a bit of wind today, but everything is really wet from the spring. So I'm going to keep the fire nice and small once that birch burns off. And that way, I don't think there's any real concern here today. Step one, always get my kettle boiling. Just beautiful to get out here by this pond. Back pond I'm on right now. You can actually go all the way around the beach. The water is really shallow going around. You can go all the way around on your quad or side by side. I've done that before. It's just a very, very peaceful place. A lot of people use it, as you can see. Unfortunately, not everybody takes care of it. So there were some beer bottles and stuff, but we cleaned that up and moved on with the day. So just waiting for the kettle to boil, and then we're in for a treat, a different kind of meal that I sometimes make up when I come out here, and I'll show you what that is in just a bit. There she goes. I had to put her right down on the fire because it wasn't quite close enough to get the boil and going like I wanted to. Throw a couple of tea bags in there, let it steep. So the special treat today is something that I actually prepared last night, and it's a meal that I usually pre-prepare. It's a it's kind of a stir fry, mousse stir fry, but it also has potatoes, so it's kind of a stew. Anyway, let's cut back to last night and I'll show you how to make it, and then we'll cook it up. All right, for this little meal, basically what you're going to do is you're going to get some red meat. I just used some flank steak, a little bit of red pepper, some onion, and some Montreal steak spice. So once you have all the veggies chopped up, throw it into a large Ziploc bag. Add some Montreal steak spice to flavor as much as you want. I like a lot of it because I just enjoy it. And probably 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to pop that into the fridge, keep it cold all night. All right, in the second Ziploc bag, we're going to dice up a potato. The reason we keep these separate is because the potato takes a little longer to cook than the other vegetables do. So dice those up. Fairly small. Again, second Ziploc bag, throw those in there. And I generally use a different type of seasoning for this one, so usually a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of onion powder. Again, a couple tablespoons of oil. Seal the bag, mix it all up, throw it in the fridge, and then throw it on the pan. Let's go back to the fire. Welcome back. The first thing you're going to want to do is get the potatoes in there. They take a little bit longer to cook, so I got them in here. My pan is heated up, and I'm just going to throw those directly in there. There we go. All right, so the potatoes have been cooking for approximately 10 minutes. Now it's time to throw the good stuff on. We're going to keep cooking that until it's done, and then I'll check back and let you know how it turned out. All right, we are done. Everything is done to perfection. Nice slice of fresh bread. Perfect. Well, this is going to pretty much clue it up for this one. I appreciate you guys watching. I don't post regularly. I'll tell you, the fresh air, keeping it simple, having a nice meal over an open fire. For me, there's really nothing that beats it. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate everybody that does. I appreciate your comments. If you haven't subscribed, I do ask you to click that subscribe button. Just helps the channel out a bit. Not making any money or anything. I just put a fair bit of effort into these, so the more people that are actually subscribing and watching, the cooler it is for me, I suppose. I'm not making any money out of this, I can promise you that. I'm probably in several $1,000s with just lost equipment. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. And I'll leave you with a really cool little nighttime time lapse that I did at the cabin last night. Turned out really nice, so enjoy.